What is up, cheeseheads? Welcome back to another episode of BAM GPG. So, Bryson, wanted to welcome everyone back to our show here, and we've got plenty to talk about in regards to training camp as that continues to roll on, and we got some big league rumors floating around out there right now, people, especially involving the Green Bay Packers kind of name being thrown into it. But first up, Bryson. We mentioned it in our previous episode, but quarterback Jordan Love, he was already back out on the practice field today, just days after the thumb surgery.
Good sign.
It is, absolutely. So the Packers actually kind of broke from their usual protocols with this and let him take part in some light passing drills. Now, his non-throwing hand, the one he had surgery on, it's still heavily wrapped, but the fact that he's out there,
I don't think he'll need his non-throwing hand that much.
No, absolutely. And the fact that he's out there this soon is a huge sign of the toughness that he brings to the table. Now, don't get us wrong here. He is not cleared for game action yet. So what that means is Malik Willis is still taking the QB1 reps, and he looks like the guy, as long as he's continues to trend in the right direction, Jordan Love should be the guy to start week 1 against the Lions. But with all that aside, still seeing your QB1, your franchise quarterback, back out on the field this quick, it's absolutely encouraging for Packer fans, right?
Oh, yeah. It's absolutely amazing.
It is. And then I wanted to get into the defensive side of the ball here, Bryson. So on the defensive side, the Packers made some moves in the secondary today with Omar Brown dealing with this scary lung injury. And then you have injuries to both Xavier McKinney and Zane Anderson, which is keeping them sidelined. So Green Bay today signed safety Jalen Simpson. He's a speedy 5th round pick out of Auburn. So they brought in
him and what's his name? What? It's a cornerback.
The corner, Nate Hobbs. Are you thinking? Yep. Yeah. So Nate Hobbs is also sidelined as well. But they did bring in Jalen Simpson just as kind of a depth person. Again, he's a quick feet, speedy guy. He was the 5th round pick out of Auburn. And they also brought in a defensive tackle to add some depth to the defensive line, in Devontae O'Malley. So to make room for these additions, they did cut cornerback Garnett Hollis Jr. and waive defensive tackle Keith Rudolph. So it's clear that they're shuffling depth to make sure that the defense stays solid heading into the regular season, Bryson. And then speaking of safety, so Xavier McKinney just cracked the NFL's top 100 list, coming in at number 30 overall. So that's a huge nod to how valuable he is to the Green Bay Packers defense, especially.
If the Giants would have kept him another year, the Giants would have been way better. They made a big mistake by putting him in free agency.
Absolutely. And he is, one of those guys that Green Bay is leaning on for his leadership in that secondary. So let's get to it, Bryson. So the big rumor swirling around the NFL, Micah Parsons. So let's talk about it here.
Oh, it's not going to happen.
I don't think so either. But the Dallas Star edge rusher, he officially requested a trade earlier this month, after contract talks and negotiations kind of went south there in Dallas. And wouldn't you know it, Ian Rappaport was on kind of hosting the Pat McAfee show today. And he said during the show today that the Packers would be one of the teams to watch if Parsons actually does become available and hits the market. So,
yeah, but like I said a minute ago, they're not going to make that deal.
Typically not our protocol. I agree. But let's take a look at it here for a second. So Green Bay does have over $30 million in cap space, which makes them one of the few teams that could actually realistically pay Parsons the monster deal he's looking for. A lot of reports out there saying it's probably in the ballpark of $40 million per year. So here's the catch though. it wouldn't take just money. Rumors suggest Dallas would want at least 2 first-round draft picks, a second-round draft pick, and possibly a defensive star, maybe somebody like a Rashawn Gary in return. So that's a massive price tag to pay, even for a game changer like Parsons.
Yeah, the Packers are just not going to give up that much.
I agree. That's a lot. So for now, the Cowboys say they have no plans to trade him, but the smoke's out there, right? And the Packers really are in the mix. This would be one of the boldest moves in the franchise history. Again, I don't see it coming to fruition, as Bryson mentioned, but again, it would be one of those bold moves, and it'd be something, you got newcomer Ed Policy coming in. It would be something he could stamp his name to, just kind of a turn of the page for the Packers, but you never know. But typically off of history, that is not something that Green Bay does. And Bryson, just to wrap it up, so tonight's big questions here. How can Jordan Love truly come back, or how will he look when he comes back under center coming from this thumb surgery? And will the Packers secondary hold up to all these injuries? They're digging deep into the depth here. And should Green Bay even consider a blockbuster trade for Micah Parsons, with the cost being that high of what's being rumored out there? So as we talked, I don't think so. But we want to hear from you. Drop your thoughts in the comments, or or the chat there for us. So would you mortgage your future for Parsons, or stick with the squad we've got? So that's it for the Packers update today, Bryson. Thanks for tuning in, everyone, and as always,
it's go Pack go.